Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today, I'm shooting on my iPhone, so sorry, a little bit shaky. Let me stop moving. Of course, using the gimbal with the new setup, it makes things a lot less shaky, but we just got a couple of boxes in. Most notably, we did get a fish box, and that fish box has some plants in it, which is pretty cool, but hopefully, of course, well, you'll see by the thumbnail, but also showing you this and the food that it came with. We actually linked up with a local breeder in the area who breeds shrimp, and they had some shrimp that they wanted to sell, and I was gonna buy from Aquahuna, which love Aquahuna. Aquahuna's a great company, but if I can support someone local, another breeder like us, then I'm gonna do so. So, just to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, I'm shooting it on my phone because the camera's still upstairs. This is what we're working with. They look awesome, but let's go ahead and turn the camera around real quick and we'll show off a little bit of what we're dealing with. All right, so here is the bag, all good to go. They're in breather bags, but if we hold it up, we've got, I believe, 14 blue bolts, 14 cherries, and 14 yellow ones. The blues look striking. These actually came in a lot bigger than I thought. He said 3/8 of an inch, which I believe they are about 1/2 an inch, 3/8 of an inch. So, I mean, he nailed it. But I don't know, I just expect them to maybe, hey, the biggest one's 3/8 of an inch, the other ones are smaller, but they look great size. And I mean, for context, excuse me, oh my gosh, if we walk out into the dirty fish room and I look at some of the shrimp we have, I mean, that one was born in this tank. It's pretty big. That one's about an inch long, that black one. If we keep looking, wow, are they all like up right now? That one in the back there is also born in this tank. We've got a black one in the back there moving around. Man, that is a fat little platy fry. Huh. But yeah, we've got some shrimp all over the place. The dwarf hairgrass is doing pretty okay. But we moved this, oh yeah, so there's some over in the corner too. We moved this piece of wood from the angel tank, and we also are redoing the bristlenose tank. That's gonna be either a video you've already seen so you know what happened, or a video soon to come out. But I wanted to shoot this on my phone real quick because the camera's still upstairs, and I am going to do a couple of things. There we go. Number one, what I need to do is I need to start drip acclimating the shrimp, and I also want to get these red root floaters into some tanks. I'm thinking of putting some in this tank, and yes, there are angelfish in this tank, all of the angelfish to be exact. Again, you already know if you saw the video, or it's going to be next week's video. Basically, we had an issue with our water system here where I live, and it caused a lot of strife and a lot of fun for us. Fun being very, very joking. But let's go ahead and, just while I have you, before we start drip acclimating the shrimp, I just want to take a look. Please tell me that's not a, what is this? That's some kind of something. Let's just take a look at these. These don't look half bad. Oh, these don't look half bad. He said he was going to give me 2 big bags, and he did not disappoint. These are 2 big bags. So hopefully the reds will grow in nicely, especially once we get CO2 in this tank and we get some things going. But I'm going to get those put into different tanks, and yeah, we'll just get this taken care of. All right, so we're in the fish room. They are still drip acclimating, but let's get into some updates real quick. So first and foremost, like I said, they are still drip acclimating, but all of them are doing really, really good, and the Java moss looks really good as well. If we pan up and actually take a look at the aquarium they're going into, it is thriving and doing fantastic. We got some big fat mollies that are definitely pregnant. There was one really, there it is, that gray one in the back there, that is super pregnant. But all of these mollies are actually, or not mollies, platies, are going to be going into this tank. So this tank was the polar parrot cichlid tank for a while, and those have since moved on. We actually had a person in the area that wanted to pick them up, so the remaining ones that we have, we went ahead and just moved along. Polar parrot cichlids are okay. These are just stupidly aggressive, and yeah, they're going to be better in a bigger tank with the people that they are with now. So all good there, nothing to worry about. So yeah, as this goes, what I'm going to go ahead and work on now is work on getting these platies out and into the 29 gallon that they'll be living in, and then of course transferring the Java moss and the shrimp up into their brand new colony. Now there are a lot of platyfry. I do not think I A, want to take the platyfry out, or B, realistically could take the platyfry out. The platies that I'm going to aim for are the bigger ones, just so that way they don't eat any of these smaller shrimp. They are good sized shrimp, as I mentioned, but some of them are a little small, so I want to give them the best chance possible in their new environment. But yeah, this has always been something where, is that... Oh, okay, that is like, I think that is a shrimp molting right now in the back there. Yeah, that is 110% a shrimp that is molting back there. I mean, that's what it looks like, at least. I really cannot tell. That might just be a floating plant. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, we'll get into it. But yeah, I'm gonna move the platies over, and then we'll take it from there. Well, after a long fought battle, the tank looks like doo-doo right now because of all the stuff that's just suspended in the water column. All that nutrients and mulm and everything's been kicked up because I had to pick that up. I had to pick the sponge filter up, so all the sponge filter stuff came out. I had to pick the log up. But as you can see, oh my goodness. I was gonna say that I got all of the bigger ones, and then that little dude had to come out. But I'm gonna watch him, I'm gonna get that one. But if we pan on over, we got a lot of platies in here. So we got a lot of the juveniles. The juveniles were the easiest ones to get, surprisingly. I guess it's because they're not that fast. And then a lot of the adults are in here as well. Really, when it comes to big fish, the only one that's not been caught was that one that is somewhere over here, probably underneath this log or back underneath the sponge filter. But if we zoom in through all the gunk and debris, can it focus on it? Can it? Of course not. But let's kick it out and see if it'll still focus up. No, it will not. But and it's actually gone. It's behind the sponge filter. But there is a bunch of buried females in here. There's one over here. There is the one that we just saw. A bunch of cherry reds that are buried. Oh, that buried one's on top of the sponge filter now. So let's see if we can... It's going to pick up on all of the particulates, and it's not going to pick up on that shrimp. It's going to pick up on that cool wild type, though. Man, that is really frustrating. There's just so much gunk that is just suspended right now. I mean, from a distance, it looks great. And of course, that hair grass will grow across. It's only been in there for just a little bit now. But of course, all the gunk suspended. But looking at the shrimp themselves, they're all in this cup. So all of the blues, the yellows, and the reds are all in this cup here. And yeah, we'll be good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and, yeah, I did the cool YouTube thing where you put them in a cup so you can, you know, dispense them all out at the same time. So I'm gonna try and hopefully get that one last adult, and then we can go ahead and put these in the tank. All right, so I got the last fish out. Now time to pour them in. They are absolutely just bright as can be. They'll brighten up a lot more. You see a lot more in the blues, especially like this one right here is really, really bright blue. The blues are gonna pop a lot more. They tend to get a lot less decolored with stress, but you can see like even this one right here, the yellow is kind of faint. You can see it on the pinstripe, kind of like the one that we have that's a little bit more mature. You can see that pinstripe, but the body not as yellow. The reds, that guy's pretty colored up, but like back in the corner, you can kind of see that the reds are a little bit faded, but we'll give them some time to get things figured out. These two right here kind of having a little bit of a squabble. The wild type is looking at the blue and they're just trying to figure out territory. This is probably the wild type's territory and he's just not having it. But they came in all all, pretty good size. We had absolutely no losses, and that huge clump of Java moss is gonna go right in the middle of the tank, so that way all is good. The shrimp are doing amazing. They are all settled in, they are brightening up, and I am excited to see how big this colony can grow in this 55. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and come back next week.